What's up, everybody? Yo, 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 yo. Back again. It's been a while since I've done an episode. Been busy. Gym's picking back up. The gym's still kind of slow, but my business is picking back up. Got a real estate transaction going on. Keeps me busy. Working again, 6 to 8 hours a day. It's wearing me out. Not used to it. Went from working 6 to 8 hours, maybe 10, to working 1 hour a day, and I got real lazy. And so I'm back at it again, kind of going full time again. It's nice. It's bittersweet, and it's getting back in the groove, And it's made my podcasting. When I come home, then the last thing I want to do is record a podcast. I normally just end up falling asleep because I'm tired, but I also just love sleeping. So, anyways, let's get into it here. I did a poll a while back ago on Instagram and Facebook, and I'm currently trying to find the results. Here we are. So the question, I'm just going to go over the Instagram results because the Facebook ones it is a different crowd, but I don't want to make anything more confusing because I had two different results, a Facebook result and an Instagram result. But keep it simple. I asked, why do you wear a mask? And it was one for safety, and then the other one was the government is making you. And I was a little surprised with the results here. 146 people saw it. 32 said the government's making them, and 7 said that they do it for safety. So percentages wise, 82% people wear it because they are made to. The government, the law, whatever you want to call it, makes them wear it. And only 18% are doing it for their safety. Which I was a little surprised with that, because I know how I personally feel about it. But I'm not going to get into that. But it was shocking that over 80% of people are just wearing it because they have to. And the whole mask thing itself kind of baffles me a little bit. It's like, if it is as contagious as everyone says it is, I'm very surprised that not everyone I know is getting it. But I'm not trying to get into that here. I just thought it was kind of crazy, this percentage here. I don't know if it's because we're Texas and it's the South or whatever, or the area we're in. But so 80% of people says the government's making them wear a mask. And so then I followed that question with, should you be able to make your own choices about COVID? And again, 85% of people say yes, and 15% of people say no. And I even added that if no, why? Because I'm genuinely curious. I wear a mask because my job makes me. If my job did not make me, I would not wear a mask. And now if I had a client come in and a client wanted me, they're paying me for an hour session, personal training. If I had a client ask me to wear one, I would, because that's what they want and they're paying me. But if it was up to me, I wouldn't wear one. It's uncomfortable, and which leads me to the next one is, should I be able to make my own choices? And I just believe that if I'm going to the gym, I know that I'm stepping out in public, and the chances of me getting COVID, from what everyone says, is very high. I know that, and it doesn't bother me. Now, some of you, when I put, should I be able to make that choice, some of you said no, and some of you that did say no, there were 5 of you, y'all came into my DMs and let me know. And we had some conversating in the DMs, which it wasn't, it's not all bad. Just you have your opinion, I have my opinion. That's the point of it. That's what I wanted to know. But more or less, what's in the DMs is people, they bring up the argument, or their point is that even if I get COVID, I'm 27 and I'm fit and healthy somewhat, that I will get over it and it won't be a big deal. But they said, but what if you see an older person at the gym and I give it to them? Or, vice versa. I have it and then I end up giving it to somebody else at the gym, and then that somebody else then gives it to their grandparent, or vice versa, And that's their argument, and it's or that's their point. I don't want to say an argument, 'cause it's not like we're fighting, that's their stand on the matter. And I feel like I should be able to make the decision. Where I come from is, I feel like, again, I'm leaving my house to go to the gym. I know the risk of that, and I choose to do it anyway. It's kind of like, to me, it's like smoking. People know that smoking kills you and smoking causes cancer, but people still walk their happy butt into the store and buy cigarettes on a daily basis, and nobody tells them they can't. Or like when they smoke a cigarette, they have to wear a mask over their face so the smoke doesn't get in anybody else's lungs or something. It's weird to me that they tell us that we can do something and we can't do something. And I just feel like it's my choice. If I want to go to the gym, I can. And your argument that or your point that I may give it to somebody else, that's not my problem. They chose to come to the gym, and they can wear a mask if they want, but I don't understand why I have to. If they get it, they knew coming to the gym to work out that there was a chance that they could have gotten it. I just feel like, I don't know why all of a sudden the responsibility of somebody else falls on my shoulders. If somebody else was going through financial issues, their house is getting foreclosed on, their life is falling apart, is it my problem that I have to go? Do I need to go give that person money? And do I need to make sure, that their house doesn't get foreclosed on? It's not a great analogy, but my point is, when did I have to start caring? Well, not caring, but I'm not trying to say I'm a heartless bastard, but when did other people's problems become my problems? I don't understand that. So if you're worried about me getting you sick and you getting somebody else sick, that's not my problem. If you're worried about that, you don't come to the gym. If you're worried about that, you wear a mask. I know if I started to feel sick, I would keep my distance and I wouldn't go to the gym. Or, I still, when I see my grandparents, I keep social distancing, I try and do my best at that. I'm not ignorant to it. I know it's happening. But my main point is, it's just crazy to me that, like, I have to do these things for you. And, it's like I said, if it was a financial thing, would y'all expect strangers just to give you money so your house wouldn't get foreclosed on, like homeless people on the side of the road. I'm sure they have all kinds of problems. I mean, is it my responsibility to give that homeless person money? No, that's not my problem. And so I don't understand why now you have an elderly mother or father, or you have a spouse that has asthma or has COPD. Why is it now my problem that your husband has an issue or your wife has underlying health issues? That's not my problem. That's your problem. And again, that's not me being heartless. It's a crazy concept for me to wrap my head around, that like that's such a big deal. I understand, financial things and problems are different from people's lives. You're saying, you could literally kill that person, and don't get me wrong, I get that. But again, like, it's just a wild concept for me to wrap my head around. And I just, I wear a mask. I do it. I go to work and I wear a mask every single day I'm up there. But again, if it was my choice, I would not. And I would just keep my distance unless somebody personally asked me to put it on for them because they are uncomfortable. I get that. You are uncomfortable. I will put it on for you. You are paying me for my time, and so I'm basically, you are my boss, so I'll put it on for you. But I just don't, if it's as widespread as everyone says it is. I work in a gym, which is supposed to be one of the highest spread areas, of COVID. I don't know. I can't name you 5 people in the gym that's gotten COVID. I don't know if it's from wearing masks, if it's from this, from that. I have no idea. But again, those are just my thoughts on the matter, and these numbers blow my mind because I didn't expect so many people to react the way they did. Like I said, 80% are kind of like me. The government or their boss is making them wear it. And then, 85% of people thinks they should have a choice, kind of like what I was explaining. Now, I get there's a bunch of dummies out there, and they're not social distancing, and they're just kind of doing whatever they want. And, that's kind of unacceptable. But my main problem is, like, they take a choice away. And that's what blows my mind. Like, they take a choice away, like, shouldn't you be able to choose if you can wear a mask or not? Shouldn't you be able to choose, like, if you own a business? Can you imagine, 2019 was your year. You you got a loan, you poured all your money out, and you created, I don't know, a freaking shoemaking business. And you made shoes. In 2019, you're booming. And all of a sudden, 2020 comes around, and they say, hey, close your business now. There's COVID. Close your business. You can't come into work. You can't do nothing. You can't go to work. And so now you're unemployed for 3-4 months. 3-4 months being an entrepreneur, like, that's a big deal. Your business is dead now. And they're like, oh, will you open back up at 25% capacity? And like, okay, well, what does that mean? And then now, like, here we are at the end of 2020, you're out of business and you're up a creek without a paddle. That would have never happened if the government or whoever didn't make you shut down. Like, why do I not have a choice to go to work if I want to? Yeah, if I may get COVID, but that's my choice, If I want to smoke a cigarette and get cancer, that's my choice. If I want to eat fast food every day and get diabetes, that's my choice. No one's stopping you from doing that. Like, obviously you can't spread diabetes, you're not going to spread cancer, but you can do secondhand smoke. I get they're not the same, but this concept of, like, telling me what I can and can't do is just so mind-blowing. And I do understand it. But at the same time, it's just mind-blowing, and, like, I don't agree with it. Do I understand it? Do I think it's necessary? To some degree. But I do not agree with it. And then it's like, your kid's in school, You're a parent. Like, shouldn't you be able to choose if your kids go to school or not? Shouldn't you be able to choose if your kids wear a mask or not? Like, the fact that the choice is gone, it's crazy. Being able to go to work. Are you essential? Are you not essential? Like, the whole thing's just, it's weird. I don't agree with it. I can't wrap my head around it. And you can throw numbers and things at me and say it's the science and all that. I get that. I do get that. It doesn't bother me. I don't care what the science says. Like, same thing like someone who smokes. They know it's going to give them cancer. They know it's bad for you. You do it anyways. People who know eating fast food every single day is going to make you fat. It's going to give you diabetes. They do it anyways. People know riding without a seatbelt in a car. If you wreck, you're most likely, it's not going to end well. But people do it. And I get that's illegal, but not a great metaphor there. But hopefully I'm getting my point across here. Like, it's just... And it's crazy to me that, like I said, 85% of people kind of are thinking the same way I'm thinking. And at this point, I just don't see how... I don't see how, like, where is it changing? Where is it going? Like how many positive cases a month are we going to get till they're like, okay, well, you can take your mask off? Or is it no positive cases? We have to have 0 people coming down with COVID, and like, okay, you can take your mask off 100%. Like, what's the normal? When does it go back to normal? It just this poll really blew my mind. I was like, Um, just the way people are thinking, and most of them are thinking kind of like me, but some of them aren't. And again, I wanted to kind of get their opinion on it because I want to know why they think that I shouldn't be able to make my own decision. And it's not because I wanted to start an argument with that person. I was genuinely curious. Why did you think that? And like I said, a lot of people thought what the DMs were saying was, again, like, I may not care, but then I'll give it to somebody else, and then that somebody will give it to somebody else. But you know, again, like I was saying, that's their fault, for coming into public. And like, they came to the gym, they came to where I'm at. I'm not going to find them. I'm not trying to purposely give somebody COVID. Even if I did have it too, I wouldn't. Flies attacking me. If I did have it, I would do what's supposed to be done. Do the cold quarantine stuff, until you tested negative. But I just don't understand, when other people's problems became my problems. But moving on from that, I don't want to get, it's a touchy subject. People get real sensitive about it. But that's enough on that. What do I want to talk about? Those results on Instagram, though, it was kind of a fun poll. A lot of people, I'd say I had over 150 people voting. So that's one of the busiest polls I've ever had. I was going to talk about how the way somebody works out explains their personality. Like, it blows. I keep saying blows my mind, dude. If there's a nickel for every time I said it on this episode, I'd have like 35 cents. But I feel like if you work out and you make a lot of noise and you're slamming your weights, grunting, you are the kind of person that if I walk out in the parking lot, you're going to have a flashy vehicle, and you're one of those people that's like an attention seeker. Someone who I personally don't like really being around. And then, like, the way you work out, to me, explains your personality. And I can judge if you're a good person or not just from the way you work out. And, like, same thing, like, if you don't rack your weights, you're a lazy, sack of shit, basically. Like, if you can't even rack your weights, I guarantee your house is a mess. You're lazy at your job, and you probably don't have a lot of friends. No, that's pretty harsh. I'm joking. But you get what I'm saying. Like, people who don't rack their weights are mostly, I feel like, they're going to be lazy people in their everyday life. And then people who make a lot of noise are people that are looking for attention. And, like, you can judge somebody's character. What I'm getting at is, I feel like you can judge somebody's character by the way they exercise. Somebody who comes into the gym, puts their headphones on, minds their own business, leaves, works hard, like, I guarantee you that person is probably like a good boyfriend, good husband, is probably a good father. He probably works hard at his job. I don't know if he may not make money. I have no idea, but I guarantee you he works hard at whatever he does. And I feel like you can tell that by the way they exercise, And I keep males, females come in, same thing. A girl that comes in, she may not be dressed in like flashy stuff, but if a girl comes in, got her headphones on, she's not talking to nobody, not doing anything, and she's just lifting weights, like, you can tell that girl's serious. She's not here for attention. She's in here and she's working and she's grinding. And you can also tell that girl that comes in with the brightest colors on, hair and makeup done, is taking selfies, like, that girl is not there to work out. She's there to get attention. She's trying to get Instagram likes. She's trying to get boys to come flirt with her. She's probably single. And you can also tell kind of girls, like those who have boyfriends and those who are single, by the way that they work out. The movements they do, the phone action stuff they're doing, how they're dressed. It just cracks me up. I feel, and I'm being very judgmental right now, and I know that. But I work at a gym, and I spend 10 hours a day almost in that place. And I see everyone and I see everything. And I feel at this point like I can see you work out 3 or 5 times and I can tell if we're going to get along or not, you know? I'll walk up to you and I say, hey, or sometimes, or if I can tell right away, like, I'm not going to like you as a person, you know, I don't really bother to talk to you. Now, every now and then I'm proven wrong and somebody may be nice by the way they work out. But 9 times out of 10, I feel like the way someone works out and the way somebody exercises is a good judgment of their character. And I feel like that's how like interviews and stuff should be made. They should sneak in and see how somebody works out, because that's how they're gonna react in the workplace. They're either gonna be lazy, or they're gonna be doing a lot of fluffing, a lot of cheating. You know, watch somebody work out, and you'll see what kind of person they are. Number 3, deer season's coming up. And I haven't numbered anything else off, but this is number 3. It makes no sense, I know it. Deer season's right around the corner, 2 weeks away. Haven't shot any arrows, but I went and got my bow fixed up. But gotta start shooting arrows here pretty soon. My backyard, I have a fairly big backyard right now, but if you listen to my last episode, last time I shot arrows back here, I lost one. It went flying over the fence, and my neighbor's kids were out there playing, and it was very embarrassing and scary to go over there and have to explain to him, oh, I'm looking for an arrow that I just shot over here that may or may not have impaled your children. You know, and I joke about it, but it was kind of serious too. I was very embarrassed, and so I'm very hesitant to shoot arrows again back here. I don't know what happened to my trigger. I don't know if it got loose or whatnot, but halfway through a drawback, my arrow came loose, and it went flying into the neighbor's yard. So I always get a little hesitant about shooting arrows back here again, but I probably will sometime this week. Shh, don't tell nobody. But I'm excited. We're going Saturday, going this weekend down there. Going to set up all the feeders, set up all the game cameras, get everything ready to go. I always like deer season. That's kind of my vacation. I don't really take vacations, you know. Like, I don't really do the beach. I don't really do any of that. Every now and then I will, but I haven't in like 3 years. I haven't done anything like that. Typically, I take a week off in November, and I just go down the deer lease for a week. And that's kind of my vacation. Just get away from people and just sit out in the cold watching deer, doing my thing. It's a good vacation to me. And then lastly, letter D is CrossFit Games 2020, starting Thursday, 12 p.m. Pretty sure I'm going to try and watch it on YouTube. I didn't see exactly what channel is coming on. Last year they did it on YouTube, so they'll probably do it all on YouTube again this year. But it's a weird one this year, so with COVID and everything like that, they're going to start, what they call it, like a round or like a segment. I can't remember exactly what they called it, but there's 2 parts to it. So part 1 is all online. So they have like a proctor or like a judge judging them in their own country, you know, the same way they would register, you know, for regionals and all that. So there's someone there judging them, doing the top 20 and then the top 10 who qualified. So 30 people, I believe is what it said. And they're going to judge them at their own home gyms or at their own, in their own countries, at their own place, wherever they choose to go, their gym, their house, wherever they're at. And then if they qualify, I don't know what the cutoff is. And then if they make it through the cuts there's a part 2, which will take place at the CrossFit compound. I think it's in Los Angeles. I can't remember where it is. Don't quote me on it. But it's somewhere. And then they're all going to come in there and they're all going to compete in person for part 2 to get a distinctive winner, number 1. think Matt Frazier's going for 5 in a row, and Tia Toomey's going for 4 in a row. Get a little wild. If you've never seen the CrossFit Games, they are very interesting. If you're not into it, it's weird because you don't know any of these people. You're like, oh, this guy's doing this. This girl's doing that. What the heck is that? They're doing handstands. They're flying around on their feet. Oh, they're jumping. What are they doing? Slinging around? What is this, gymnastics? Like, oh, CrossFit. I know, it's weird. But at the same time, it's not. You get used to it. If you watch 1 or 2 events, you'll be kind of hooked. You'll start watching. You'll try and catch all the other events. You know, they got biking, they got swimming, they got running, they got all the Olympic barbell crap. They're slinging around the gymnastic stuff, you know. They're sprinting around on a football field, doing all kinds of other crazy stuff. Trying to figure out who's the fittest person in the world. And lately it's been Matt Frazier and Tia Toomey. They've been running it for the past, 4 years here. So it should be interesting if anybody can beat them, even hold a candle to them. Normally they just dominate every single year, and it'll be interesting to see with COVID and everything like that, with gyms being closed, how the turnout goes this year. If they couldn't go to the gym, they couldn't work out, obviously, but just curious to see how that affects these athletes here and how that's going to work out. I would imagine most of them found a way to get it done. Most of them probably have home gyms, but should be interesting. Starts Thursday at noon. I don't know. It's a heat event number 1, and then they have event number 2 at 6 p.m. So we shall see. CrossFit 2020. And then I'll probably start doing a lot of CrossFit workouts because I watched 2 events on Thursday, and then I feel like I'm a professional CrossFitter, and I'll do all that, and then next week I'll be injured and I won't work out for another month. So we'll see how that goes. Good old CrossFit joke. Anyways, if you made it this far, thanks for tuning in. My schedule is starting to get kind of what's the word? Consecutive, and so hopefully I can start making time to get back on the podcast game here. Instead of doing 1 a month, maybe I can do 1 a week or 1 every other week. But big things coming. I may do another Instagram poll, Instagram question, so pay attention to that. You can follow my personal one at Corey Ross, CoreyRoss. And then, the Get Universal fitness page, that's out there too. It's get_universal_fitness. Oh, I'm sorry. Butchering my own brand. Look at me. It's Get Universal Training. Get_universal_training. And that's the Insta for all my fitness stuff. I also got a website out now. Apparel website that I'm doing with Day by Day. So it's daybydayapparel.com/Corey Ross. You can get all the Get Universal gear. We got one What Am I Saying shirt up there right now. Support the podcast. I'm getting more apparel for the What Am I Saying, even possibly a different logo on it, because the one I got's okay, but I don't love it just yet. So I'm getting more shirts. I'm going to get some hats, and then I'm also going to have my new real estate logo on there too. Get you a real estate shirt, real estate hat, real estate hoodie. Winter's coming around. Brr, you get a little cold. Cover yourself up with a What Am I Saying hoodie. What am I saying? You know what I'm saying? On that note, I'm out.